Hey, this is Gene. Just doing a follow-up video because I haven't done one in a while. I did install the Classic Edge 760. Um, it's kind of my new one here. There it is. This Radiant Glory, my little helper. I got a shed built around it, my wood, as you can see. Not a lot. It burns a lot. Twice a day I put about a wheelbarrow in the morning and a wheelbarrow at night. So be prepared. You're going to put a lot of wood in this thing. But it also is heating that. 1800s farmhouse, no insulation, one radiator per room. And it does pretty good. I got hot water and keeps the house warm. It's at 70 degrees no matter what. And today it is 28 degrees, I believe, and dropping rapidly. We're in PA, so it's a little cold spell. On this whole entire winter has been crazy. It's been like 50, 60 degrees on average, and we don't burn a whole lot of wood during the day. It seems to be at night when everyone's home, running hot water and, cranking the thermostat up. Anyway, so let me take you through here. On our install, you can see, so we have the shut off. This is my return line with the shut off, and you'll see my cattle jump in here. It's my huge helper here. This is the feed line. This pump runs 24/7, and yeah, it's pretty simple. What I did, I don't know if you can see it or not here, but I ran a secondary pipe to be able to run lines later, because most of them don't come with it, but the 760 does. Comes with a secondary and a third to be able to hook in, so you have more than one heating point. I have another house on my property, so I'm going to eventually plumb into that, so I figured I might as well run, a chase through, because you can't, get it through concrete. It's not easy. We do have what they require here is a ground line, so I got that in, and that's kind of what it looks like when you pull the side cover off. Right now it's running through a cycle because my house is calling for heat. We do have the hot water hooked in, so I get nice hot water, and you can't complain about that. So this is the install after you put it in place and all that. We ran the insulated 4-inch PEX with I have to tell you, they say it's 4-inch. Get a 6-inch, because when you core drill, I got the 4-inch core drill. The pipe didn't fit. It's actually 4 3/4 outside diameter. So if you run a 4-inch core drill, 4 3/4 don't fit in 4-inch. I should have measured that before I did it, but you learn from experience and mistakes. I couldn't find a plumber to save my life that would come out and do this. Everyone kept putting me off, and you're gonna run into a lot of problems, at least in PA, in my area. I'm kind of near Reading. I couldn't find a plumber to save my life. I ended up doing it all myself, and the plumbing supply house near me wasn't much help at all. I just had to figure it out. You watch YouTube videos and all that. That's what I did, and you go on their website and take a look and check all that stuff. But I'll take you inside here and I'll show you what I did in the basement. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know, but it works. So, and it seems to be just fine. I think the hardest part was doing the research, and then on top of that, maybe getting the air out of the system in your house. The heater was not hard to get the air out of. I did it way before I even turned anything on or hooked it up, because I put a lot of shut-offs. That's my suggestion to you guys. Anyone watching this, you're going to put them in a lot of shutoffs wherever you can, because it just makes sense. You want to be able to zone it off and shut it off. Future leaks or problems or issues, why not? I mean, I do it in all the plumbing that I do in anything. I am a contractor for a living, mostly old homes and barns, but any plumbing I do in any kind of residential, I put a million shutoffs because it seems like nobody does. They are a little pricey, but it's PEX. I mean, how hard is it? You put the pipe on, you put a crimp on, and boom, done. At least you can just shut it off and zone it off as needed. And, you know, when you go to do plumbing later on, you'll understand why. If you've never done plumbing, well, trust me, you want a lot of shutoffs. You want to be able to zone things, and, you know, water runs a certain way, and you just need to put shutoffs in. This particular system, if I can show you here, there's a shutoff here, here, and here. Here, here, and here. So you can shut this off. If you have to change this pump, you got to be able to shut it off here and here. It came with the kit. So I ordered the kit. It came with the pump, the shut-offs, and all the valves. This is not what the diagram showed, but there was no way it was going to go the way the diagram showed. There's not enough room, there's not enough clearance, so you have to just kind of make it work. I mean, plumbing is pretty much common sense. Water flows, and you don't want the leak. Lots of tape, you know, your thread tape, make sure it don't leak. I pressure tested before I fired anything up. I did that with just the water in general. I don't have a pressure tester. You know, if you're a plumber, you probably do. I don't, and I didn't want to spend any more money than I had to. To be honest, this whole build cost me right around $30,000, including the concrete floor, which is a 10 by 12 concrete for it to sit on. I made it 6 inches thick. I didn't want it to crack. I didn't want any issues. I don't want to have to do this twice. Everything was kind of thought out as to make sure there's no way I'm doing this again. I want to be, well, I'm 47, so I make it into my 70s. It's going to be already hard enough putting firewood in this thing to be able to, you know, keep it going. My house is oil, and there's no way I can afford to oil at this point. It's $1,200 every month, and that's to keep my house warm, and that was at 62 degrees. That was $1,200 a month. This unit cost me $25,000 to buy the unit, all the pipe, and the pumps I required. Did not include the inch and a quarter or inch and a half, I can't remember what it was, but the copper piping that you'll see in the basement here shortly. It didn't include that or the price of the shed. So they are pricey, but when it come down to it, in 4 years, it pays itself back. Because let's face it, in our world, oil ain't going down. We're going to be paying this price probably for a long time to come. So we have this bad boy. It's all set up, running. The only thing I would suggest is, if you're going to put it in a shed, you need another section of pipe. It comes with enough to get you past code, but I don't have enough draw when you throw the bypass and open the door. The smoke pours out, and it kind of gets a little overwhelming. It actually chokes me out sometimes, and I actually have a certain sweatshirt that I wear out here to do it, because it chokes you out. It'll fill up the shed in smoke, and it's pretty rough. I don't have enough draw, but right now I'm just kind of holding off on ordering a piece of pipe, because it's right around $250 for the piece of pipe. It's 12 inch, you know, well, it's 8 inch inside, 12 inch outside, and nobody has it in stock, and you have to order it, and I'm looking at up to 6 months for it to show up. I didn't check Amazon. I'm sure they probably got it. Amazon's got everything. So that's kind of where we're at. my suggestions, little hints, tips, my oopses, being I couldn't find anybody to install it. I had to do it myself, and I'm just kind of working my way through it. So I'm gonna head on down to the basement and show you that. All right, see you soon.